Well, hello there and welcome to Worthy Reads. It's Tuesday, so that's what we're going to be doing today. This is Embracing Expansion with me, Finesse, and today we're going to talk about this book, my first book by Esther and Jerry Hicks, Ask and It's Given. This book is like, it is what really motivated me and empowered me in my spirituality, I have to say. And from as soon as I got this book, when I was done reading it, as soon as I got it, like I received it because I ordered it off of Amazon, and I just went looking, like when I was done reading it, I just went looking for all of Esther and Jerry Hicks's books, and I bought all of them. Let's get into it. So, Ask and It's Given. I say so a lot, don't I, guys? I'm working on that. Ask and It's Given is about manifesting. It's about realizing, which is the general consensus of this page, realizing that you're really in control. You do have control. You're not just placed here on this planet and everything else is in the hands of someone else. That greater power works with you, along with you, not above you or below you, but with you. Okay? Manifesting is something that is a practice that we live every day. I can tell you that I believe that I was manifesting way before I knew what manifestation was, and I think that's the same for everybody. You just sit there and be like, I want this, and you receive it. When you receive it, it's not what's important. It is that you receive it. You know, that's the first rule of manifestation, in my opinion. All you have to do is say what you want, and then that's all you have to do. Say what you want, believe it's gonna come to you, and act like it's gonna come to you, plan like it's gonna come to you, and wait on it. And trust that whatever path you're on right now is leading you to it. I will give you an example. In 2018, not 2018, 2022, I was going for my Canadian visa. And I wasn't sure. So this is how it happened. We met some friends and they were inviting us to perform for them in Canada. And I was just excited. I was so excited about it that I was doing stuff backwards. So as soon as my partner said, hey, we've been invited to perform in Canada in July. I had never been to Canada, sorry, so I did not know that it was not going to be, snowy and cold. I don't know why I didn't know. I just didn't know, okay? Leave me alone, I didn't know. So I went online and bought all this winter wear and all these outfits that I wanted to wear for my trip. And, I did all of that. I told all my friends I was coming, my friends who live there. And, yeah. And then I went to get the visa. And so I did all of that. I was excited. And that was like in January, to be honest. And it was all the way in July. So I did all of this in January. And then I'm waiting now. And I went to get the visa, I think, in May. So I started preparing for this way before, or manifesting this way before. And I went into the office and then got approved, obviously. And then I read this. I'm reading this book the whole time and I'm like, oh my God, I literally manifested it. It was, because when we were invited, there was no like guarantee we were gonna go, because visas are such tricky things to get. But I literally started behaving like I was definitely gonna go. I'm going. And this is how I realized after the fact, oh my God, I manifested my trip to Canada, right? So this was just an example. I also manifested my partner, the man I'm sharing my life with right now. When I was little, I promise you, I did not know until I found him. I did not know. I just always had an idea of who I was going to be with. And that's something I said in a previous video. I knew who I was going to be with, and I actually saw his face. And I didn't see his face in dreams. I would just see his face, like consciously see his face. Not next to me, but I would see his face in other people. Like I would see features of that person and features of this person, and I'd be like, I like this person's nose, I like this person's mouth, and I like this feature about that person. And it's like all the features about separate people that I liked just came together in one human being. This is serious. This is not a joke. This is serious. I kid you not, this is serious. And I did not know that or realize that until I met him. And not until I met him, until because when I met him we were friends. So I wasn't even thinking along those lines, or maybe not even seeing him in that light, although I did like features, but I wasn't like seeing him in that light. And then one day I'm like, oh my gosh, this is the person. It's like an aha moment. This is the person that I wrote about when I was asked about my partner in school. As I got to know him, I obviously was more familiar with his qualities, personality, and characteristics. So I was like, oh my goodness, this is I did that. And that was just another thing I manifested. Another thing I manifested is really, really funny, because now that I think about it, I would have done some things differently. So I loved Barbie dolls. And I remember holding this Barbie doll and being like, watching her, the figure of the Barbie doll, and being like, I want to be just like that Barbie doll. This is how I'm supposed to look. I'm supposed to have, long legs. I'm supposed to have this size hips and this size belly button, So, yeah, I wish I had thought about it a little more, though. I would have manifested some things a little more, some things a little less. But yeah, I also manifested my body. Strange enough, no one looks like me in my family. I'm like, okay, none of my siblings look like me. My build in my family. So I was like, okay, I did that too. I could have done a little more like specific or more enhancing, or I could have thought about it a little longer and harder. But all I saw was this Barbie doll, and I remember that Barbie doll so very clearly, and I wanted to look like that Barbie doll. I was about 9 years old. Yeah, so if you think back in your life, I'm sure there are things that you can identify as your manifestations if you think about it. And think about if you could remember, like, back then what your train of thought was, you could see that you were naturally manifesting. A manifestation takes place without doubt. It takes place when you ask for something and you trust that the universe is in control of the how and the when of it. So I might want a house, and that's all I need to do. Want a house. I can visualize what the house is gonna look like, how many rooms it's gonna have, the color it's gonna be, who's gonna be there with me. I couldn't visualize all of that. That is within that's what gets you excited, thinking about the positive aspects. When you want something, when you decide that you want something, and a lot of people do that. What I'm about to say, a lot of people do that. You go to them with something that you want, and the first thing that they do is tell you all the reasons why it may not work out. People like that, you don't take them on. Don't take it personally. That's nothing about your manifestation. Your manifestation is entirely up to you. If you allow the thoughts and the words and the opinions of those people to affect your excitement and faith in accomplishing that vision of yours, then that's what's going to mess up your manifestation. So people like that, you just let it go in there and let it go out here, and you reaffirm to yourself, this is my thing. This is my manifestation. It's about what I want, and I'm going to get it. I particularly try to avoid sharing my goals or my desires with certain people or people like that. And it's not because I think they're bad people, because they've not realized their power to control their life, their world, what they receive, their desires, their power to control their manifestations, and how literally you are in control of the life you live. Your thoughts and your manifestations, your thoughts precede your manifestation, obviously, because they inspire them. The ones that you choose to feed your energy into or vibe on a little more, that is what brings your manifestation to life. Okay, so brings your manifestation to life. So people like that just haven't gotten to that level yet. So I just want to read some of or a few, maybe just about 4 of those points that I wrote from the Ask and It's Given book. So the first thing I wrote was, ask and it shall be given. When you ask, expect it, act and behave like it's already yours. Second, be grateful in advance of receiving as well as after receiving it. In other words, always be grateful. Yes, yes, yes. Always be grateful. Gratitude should be oh my God, gratitude is my way of life. I'm so happy to say thank you. I am so, as soon as I wake up, I'm just grateful for my space. Grateful for the fact that I had somewhere to lie. I woke up, and I'm grateful for the possibilities of the day. I'm grateful in advance. You know, so gratitude, gratitude, gratitude. And even when you're experiencing what seems like deterrence, because there are no deterrents. If you say you want something, that's all you need to do. Your journey is not always like that. It can be like this, it can be like that. Your journey is going to be different. It's going to have swirls, but you have to trust that no matter where it's taking you, you know the destination. The destination is to that house, it is to that car, it is to that healing that you want, it is to love, it is, it's definite. So you have to keep, no matter what, don't stop seeing your vision. Don't stop being grateful. Be grateful for the curbs and the hills and the valleys. Be grateful for every part of your journey, and trust that it's taking you where you need to go. Just trust. That's all you need to do. Set your goal, have faith, gratitude, believe that it's on its way. Live your life like it's on its way. Just like that trip to Canada where I bought stuff that I didn't use. Actually, I have not used any of it yet in Canada. But I bought it because I was excited, and yes, I'm going, So have that mindset, Before bed and upon rising, repeat your desire or your manifestation. It is especially effective when you're in a sleepy state. So like just before, when you're about to fall asleep, when your eye starts flickering or beating slower or closing, that is when you should just remind yourself. So what I do is I usually start when I think I'm about to be sleepy. When you're about to be sleepy, or when you catch yourself falling asleep. That's the ideal state to speak your manifestation with joy, because your feelings then you're like in a beautiful, peaceful place there. So it's like perfect for manifesting. There are other moments of manifestation that are useful. One of those I would say is that I'm gonna share with you is when you're, anyway, I'm not gonna talk about that now. I'll talk about it in another video. It's a lot. All right. And visualize what you're manifesting just before bed. Do so vividly. See it. Use your senses. See it, smell it, taste it, feel it. Do so vividly, like literally see. You know how when we were kids we were so good at pretending? Like I remember pretending that the bushes at my house, the lawn, the hedges were like putties in Power Rangers, and I would like fight them, man. I'd fight them. I'd have to pick up the leaves after, but I would fight them like I was a Pink Ranger. Oh my gosh, I'm wearing pink. So I would fight them like I was the Pink Ranger, and I would see putties, the black things, and I was Kimberly. Okay, nobody could not tell me that I was not Kimberly. Make believe is another way of manifesting. Okay, and think good, and good follows. Think good, and good follows. I will say this again. I've said it in a previous video. We are not in control of the thoughts that come in our heads, but we are in control of the ones we choose to invest our energy in. So be selective about the thoughts that you choose to invest your senses, your energy in, So this is all you have to do. And it's not difficult. Choose your thoughts wisely. Choose the thoughts that you're investing your mind into, your soul into, and before you go to bed, I would say dedicate some time. When you think you're about, I don't know if some people just fall asleep immediately, but I always could know when I'm about to fall asleep. Like I'll have the television on, I'll be like, okay, I'm gonna watch television until I fall asleep, but I somehow never fall asleep whilst the television is playing. I would know, okay, I've had enough of this show, and I would just lay there, and I would know. So I would just start thinking about, sorry, it's hot, and I would just start thinking on what I want the next day to be like, or that goal that I have. And and another way to help you hype up the positive energy is, like right now I am working on flexibility, or increasing my flexibility. And what I do on those days when I don't want to, I have a goal of accomplishing a certain level of flexibility, and on those days when I feel, I don't know what to do, I'm too tired, I don't want to do it, or it's taking too long, I literally would go and look at my friend. I have this friend, her name is Shira, and I saw her get so amazing within like a year or two, and I'm like, I go to watch her channel because it's just so motivating to me, her Instagram page. I go to watch it because it's so motivating to me. When I first started working on my flexibility, I was like, I wanted to do it within a month. I believe that I could in a month because I guess I used to be, so I thought I could do it in a month. And then that month has turned into a year, and I've not stopped. And I'll tell you why, because because of what I just told you. I'm like, I don't know when this is gonna happen. The when is not my business. It's not my problem. It's not something I'm in control of. It's not even a problem. What am I gonna do in the meantime? I'm gonna enjoy the journey and make notes of the things that work for me, and it's allowing me to learn and appreciate my body even more and pay attention to parts of my body. Whereas if I were just doing the splits, sometimes initially I would be like, I wish I would just fall into a split. Like, I saw this YouTube video, I'm gonna see if I could find it to put in there, and I was like, oh my gosh, I wish I would just fall into a split and just split like that. But then there would be consequences, guys. I would not probably be able to walk after. I would be in so much pain. So now I've just been like, I'm just gonna dedicate a certain number of, hours for the day or for the week towards my training and just enjoy the journey. And I know that one of the things that I know is happening is that it's affecting positively other aspects of my being, my patience with myself, my knowledge of my body, my energy levels, my health. Because had I learned to do the split within a month, I probably would not be working on other areas and becoming better in other areas of my physical body. And my mind as well. When you work out, when you do stretches, like it's like a meditation. So yeah, just keep at it. I'm keeping at it and trusting that the end is gonna be exactly how I'm gonna get what I want to do. I'm gonna be able to do the splits. I'm gonna be able to do handstands. I'm gonna get there. My only responsibility now is to know what I want, act like I already have it, visualize it, expect it, and every day be grateful for every bit of progress that I make towards it. Okay? So that's what I want to leave with you today. Ask and know that it's on its way to you. Have faith, believe, be grateful, and visualize what you want. And like we said, an ideal time to visualize is before bed. Okay? I keep saying we, it's just me here. My dogs are here, but it's just me. Yeah, so thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, share, comment, subscribe, share parts of you with me. I'd like to know about you and the goals that you have set, how long you've been working on it, and how you think that this video may have helped you, or may help you. Okay, and good luck with whatever your manifestations for yourself are. I believe that they're yours. They're already yours. Okay, expect them, live like they're on their way to you. Gratitude, visualize, and get excited about it, because you are more in control than you know. You are in control. Just work with the universe, work with spirit, and know that anything you ask will be given.